Get out. Mom said get out. That means to get out, bud.
I'm sorting.
Bro.
Did you really just try to use that tactic on me? Okay, I'm gonna start putting holes in the wall, hoping that I would get up and do it.
No,
Yeah, that's why you giggled. Yeah, I caught you fucking red-handed right there.
I already have marked. I'm not because the thing told me the one thing and you did different things. So I just don't understand.
What do you mean?
They can tell me to use these thingies. From what this paper is saying here is that I would do this, okay? So I'll use a drill and I'll drill the hole for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will use this hook, this thingy, and I'll pop it in there and then I'll put that in there with it, okay?
It's called a drywall mount.
Okay, hold on, I'm not done. And then it tells me to use this one on the bottom part and screw it in there myself.
No. No, it's not telling you.
Yeah,
This
look.
is also a drywall mount, babe.
Look, it says right here. Okay, so so either
Do you
B.
see the word or?
Hold on.
Do you see the word or?
Let me finish.
I mean, it's not the same scenario, baby. Real quick. Do you see the word or?
Okay, let me read it first. It says, drill in the holes as described in C. Okay? And then insert the push if used C, B. Okay, or I would screw in the screwdriver thingy, and then I will put in the thingies.
This is the easier option. How?
Yes, I just don't understand. I'm not a full person.
Baby.
I'm not full person.
For you to put these in the wall, these gray ones, you have to have a hole there. You do not require a hole to put these in the wall.
But I thought these are drill.
Yes.
So how do I do it?
You mark your holes.
Okay.
You put this on your drill.
Okay.
Holding it on your drill. You put this point on your mark.
Okay.
Then you righty-tighty
Okay,
until this is flat.
but that
Don't-
is way too big for this.
Okay. This is not the screw.
Where you can't put anything in there.
Yes, you can. Baby. All of those fucking mounts. What do you think they were?
This doesn't look like those. Those look easier than this because I don't believe the screw's gonna fit in there.
Baby, the screw fit in.
I don't know what the paper says.
Pretty sure that's exactly what it says.
It says install the screw-in anchors with screwdriver. Okay. Install the brackets.
Do you see them? The ones there. Putting that directly on their mark and screwing it
Okay. Install the brackets with the supplied hardware using the screwdriver.
in. After you put those in, you put this up, and then you put the screws through it into those.
This one only goes on the bottom one.
No,
It goes on both of them?
baby, it says or.
So, two of them. 1, 2.
Yes.
Screw this up. It's on you.
Yeah. After you're done making garbage.
Have this. It's already on the one part, right?
Baby, I'm not looking back there.
Oh, bells, bells, all the way. Oh, what fun.
What's going on YouTube? My name is Dev Gambit. Welcome back to another video. It has been almost 2 years since I've done my last Discord video, and surprisingly it did pretty well. And it looks like it helped out a lot of people. There were some things that I couldn't answer, but also a lot of things that I could answer that I didn't address in the last video. But let's just get right into it. I'm going to give you a bit of a rundown how to make your microphone sound better, whether it be a USB microphone, an XLR microphone, or even a USB headset microphone. It just depends, and you're going to have to play around with it. I'm going to explain what everything does so you can get a good idea of it. So first things first, we're going to go into the video and voice settings inside of Discord. On the bottom left of Discord, you see the cog bar. You can see the cog wheel, and that'll bring up the settings, and you just go to voice and video right here. You'll be brought up with this. If you don't know what input device is or output device, input is essentially your microphone, output is your headphones or whatever. So you're gonna set that accordingly. For me, it is a SSL interface. You might have USB, or maybe if you're using Arctic's headset or something like that, it'll just be that. It'll say it, and for the most part, you can just test it that way. The next one is input volume. For the most part, I keep this at 100% unless you're finding that you're too loud, although this is normally not the case, so just keep it at 100% by default. My output, I tend to keep higher because I have my, you know what, just adjust it however you want. By default, it's 100. If you need it louder, turn it up if you need to. Or if you find streams are too quiet, that might be another reason as well. So, input mode. You have voice activity, which means as you're talking, it will, do its best to pick it up. So that's what this bar is for. So anything under this bar will not be picked up. So if I turn this up, people in Discord cannot even hear me at full volume. If you want to turn this threshold down, I keep it around 60. That's normally a good spot to when you're talking. It's actually over that. So you can do this, or you can even just do it automatically like that. So when I speak,
Baby, what?
It goes green.
Then find something to stand on.
And when I don't speak, it goes gray. It doesn't pick me up. So it's up to you. It's a personal preference. You can set it, or you can keep it however you want. Just mess around with it. Push to talk is when you hold the key down to let the microphone through. And this is just personal preference. It just depends. Video settings. We're not really going over that. Don't even question what I have here. Okay, so now we're under the advanced settings. So I'm gonna go over what some of this stuff does. So it could be self-explanatory, but if you don't know what noise suppression is, it by default is already on when you download Discord. Noise suppression is what it's going to do is its best. Noise suppression is going to try to, how do you say you have a dog, well maybe not a dog barking, but say you have family members kind of in the background or in another room and they're a bit loud and you don't want that to come through the microphone. You can set up the crisp noise suppression. So you just do this and it turns it on. What this will do is actually try to cut out that background noise. So it's going to try to sense the volumes and stuff, and it's going to essentially choose the loudest point and then the lowest point, and it's going to cut out the background noise. That's essentially what it's trying to do, and it does an alright job. So if you really find that there are people just too loud in your background, then it might be best you keep that on. Moving on to the next one. This is video related. This is actually the codec that Discord uses, so I mean not really you can do anything with that because that's Discord's. But if we just skip video codec, we're not going over video right now. We're going over voice. So if we go to voice processing, there is actually noise reduction. I don't even know why I have that on, to be honest with you. It probably turns on when you do restart Discord or whatnot. You might have to always go through it. Just double check. Sometimes it's different for everyone. So voice processing, you have echo cancellation, and what
back there or something.
Probably. It ain't going through.
I can't get it.
Baby, I'm not doing it right now. You'll have to wait. If there's a piece of wood that won't go.
a big ass hole.
You always
You always
over it.
figure over it.
What?
You always
figure over it.
I'm sweating. I'm hurt.
If you
If you
just
just
started,
started, try. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I'm making 2 big ass holes in the wall. That probably
Cool. Hey, how are you?
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to correctly configure your voice settings on Discord. Typically a lot of the time a lot of people's mics sound completely horrible on Discord. And even if their mic is fine, it may sound just completely awful on Discord with their voice cutting out, you know, it's sounding really damp, like barely any of the voice is getting caught, or just, you know, extremely loud background noises, or you can, you know, just a lot of issues basically. So I'm here to show you how to properly configure it to make it sound, you know, as your mic should, and with like other features like removing your keyboard noise, you know, like whatever the hell.
Okay.
So basically,
Let's
see what we're getting into.
where, you know, it would pick up your audio. By default, this will be turned on. Typically, I would turn this off. So after you turn it off, you'll get shown this big bar, and you'll see when you speak, this bar will move, and this is basically
Hello?
your this is basically your volume of your mic.
Hello?
And
What's up?
one
What's
thing
up?
you want to do is just go completely
Hello?
silent, make
What's
no
up?
noise
What's up?
whatsoever, and just make it so your background noise is getting caught. And just move this bar over the point where your background noise is getting caught. So if I was being quiet, this is what I would do. I would put it around here, so like random other audio, like someone speaking in the background, wouldn't get picked up and would make your mic go on. You can see mine is going to complete 0 because I'm using like RTX voice, or like NVIDIA broadcast, if you want to call it that, on my audio software for my mic. So that's why mine is going to complete 0. I probably
Who's pumped for tax season? Let's get out there and crush those taxes. Who's with me?
We know some free.
This video is sponsored by Epidemic Sound. There is a whole world of audio plugins that you can use to make your microphone sound more professional. In this video, I'm going to go over my 5 favorite audio plugins specifically designed for live streamers. We're going to be covering noise gates, EQ, compressors, even de-essers, essentially everything you need to get the best sound out of your microphone. And best of all of these plugins are completely customizable to your own voice and still totally free. Before we get started with the video, there are 3 important things that I need you to understand. Firstly, all the links to every single plugin that I mentioned are down in the description below this video. Like I said, they're all free to download, so open up the description to find the download links. Secondly, we're going to be using Elgato's Wave Link software to add these VST plugins to our microphone chain. You can also use OBS Studio to add VST plugins, but at the time of recording, VST3 plugins still aren't supported. And finally, once you've actually installed a VST plugin on Wave Link, before we get started with the video, there are 3 important things that I need you to understand. Firstly, all the links to every single plugin that I mentioned are down in the description below this video. Like I said, they're all free to download, so open up the description to find the download links. Secondly, we're going to be using Elgato's Wave Link software to add these
Daddy, I got it.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Throw it away.
That's right.
Go throw it
Go
away.
throw it away.
Who is this?
I tell you
I
what.
tell you what, buddy.
Go play with
Go
something
play
else
with
for
something
now.
else for now.
Huh?
This is something
This
you
is
play
something you
with
play
your
with
mommy
mommy
and
and
daddy.
daddy.
Okay.
Okay?
Put it here
I'll
for
put
now.
it here for now.
Go play with
Go
something
play with
else.
something else.
These VST plugins to our microphone chain. You can also use OBS Studio to add VST plugins, but at the time of recording, VST3 plugins still aren't supported. And finally, once you've actually installed a VST plugin,
Daddy, I'm watching the Mickey Box and they just showed the new Linky Box merch. And they got the merch that I just got today as a present. It's you know, the big fin shark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they showed that on screen. Stuff inside it.
What'd they show?
What'd they show?
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That
bud.
sounds good, bud.
Okay.
Okay. Let's find the plugin.
YouTube is the new home of NFL Sunday Ticket. Watch all your favorite NFL teams out of market Sunday afternoon.
Why you busy hitting me that you got a man? He don't really do it for you, girl. Understand?
Notified every time there's a new video. Now let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so as you can see, I have some vocals recorded for a song I'm working on. I'm gonna let you guys take a preview of my vocals. Just as a side note, the microphone I'm using is a Newman TLM 102 XLR microphone, plugged into a Focusrite Scarlett Solo. So I'm gonna let everybody take a preview of what my raw vocal sounds like.
Why you busy hitting me that you got a man? He don't really do it for you, girl. Understand? Trying to hold it down.
These audio effects won't only work in OBS Studio, but also outside of it. For example, in Discord, Zoom, your game chat. Trust me, this is the only video you need to watch to make your microphone sound as good as possible. My previous video on this topic has 1.2 million views, and people have been asking me to make an update. So here it is now. I'm gonna be using the HyperX Solocast. So many people wanted me to use this microphone because it's the #1 best-selling on Amazon, and they think they need this mic to sound good. However, this one is almost half the price. I've used this mic before in a console streaming setup, and I was really impressed with the quality. I'm gonna use this microphone together with a boom arm. This is a really cheap one. I will link it in the description, because using a microphone arm is the single best upgrade you can make to your mic. I mean, listen to this difference. When the mic is standing on your desk, you're about this far away from the microphone, and in order to sound loud enough, you will need to boost the volume, and then it will sound kind of like this. However, listen to the difference when I go closer and closer to the microphone. Also, the closer you're to the mic, the less background noise you will have, because the microphone needs to be less sensitive. You're really close, so your voice is extremely loud, so you can lower the sensitivity of the microphone, but this also means that the volume of background sounds will be reduced. By the way, these effects will obviously work with any mic. People just always ask me for mic suggestions, so currently this here is a big favorite of mine. I will obviously link the microphone arm, this microphone, and some other options in the description for different price points, and I'm gonna switch to this microphone. Okay, and what you hear now should be this HyperX Solocast. Now it immediately sounds much more thin, however we will fix all that. Now there's one really important thing for any microphone with these type of microphone stands. Listen to what happens when I tap it. You can probably hear like the big booming sound, and it keeps going in the background. And the reason is that these cheap microphone arms are not really reducing vibrations. So because of that, what you will need is a shock mount, like on the HyperX Quadcast. And this shock mount is simply expected. Now I'm gonna move this beacon mic out of the frame. Now before we make this microphone sound absolutely amazing with all of these filters, I need to thank the amazing sponsor of this video, which is perfect for budget streamers. Paying a designer to make you a custom stream overlay is extremely expensive and absolutely not worth it when you're starting out. However, making your stream look interesting and alive is really important, so that's where Owned Pro comes in. Owned Pro is a free OBS Studio plugin that has a bunch of stream design packages all ready to install in one click. A few of their packages are always free, and then if you upgrade the plugin, you get access to hundreds of stream designs that are all animated. They have overlays, they have alerts, they have labels for recent followers, top donation, all that stuff. Even things like a countdown timer, and for one subscription you get access to all of those packages. You can just switch between all of them and then see which one you like, and that way your stream is never gonna be boring, and it's way cheaper than paying a designer. With my code TVN you get 50% off the price. The link will be on top of the description and also right here on the screen. If you want to check out the free OBS Studio plugin Owned Pro, you should click on that link and check it out for free. Okay, now before making this microphone sound amazing with all of these filters here, there are two things you absolutely need to do. We're gonna have to make sure that before applying all the filters, the volume is right here about in the yellow. But before doing that, you need to make sure that you're talking into the right side of the mic. You will not believe how many people get this wrong. Some mics record from the front, other mics record like this in this direction. An example is the Razer Siren Mini. So once you know you're talking to the right side, for me it's like completely into the front, but I'm turning it a bit because I want to speak over the microphone, because if you speak into the mic and make like a sound, you will hear that plosive. And when I turn it a bit and I talk over the mic, so like it's recording like this but I'm speaking like this, in that case when I do p, you will not have that plosive. And so then after that, we need to make sure that the volume here is about right. If it looks like this when you're talking, you have a problem. And if it goes completely into the red, that's even worse. Now the first thing you need to do is right clicking your audio icon here, going to sounds, then to recording, then you double click your microphone, you go to levels, and then this is the first place where you need to change the volume before adding or removing gain and stuff in OBS with filters. So I did set the mic to gain filter, and so there will be people that
Oh, bud. That's awesome.
That's
bud.
awesome, bud.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.